Hey guys, what's going on? Luis here, and today I want to talk about something that a majority of the population finds incredibly hard and difficult, and it can be made very easy. And that is habit building. So the act of building good habits. There's, different pathways in your brain that are built as you do things over and over again. You build these over time through repetition, right? Think of it like going to the gym. You're repeating the same motion over and over again until it becomes almost natural. And habits are the exact same thing, but for the brain, right? So after you do, I don't know, years at the gym, you start to obviously see your muscles grow. Your brain can't do that because it's inside of your skull. So it can't physically expand further, but you can create new pathways inside of your brain that essentially are what happens when new habits are built, right? And everybody has habits, whether you know it or not. There's habits that you subconsciously are essentially doing every single second of your life or every day, and you can find those in many different areas, and you can find them if you simply look for them, right? If you look at your morning routine, there's probably a long list of habits there, right? You're brushing your teeth, you're going to the bathroom, you're taking a shower, you're going out. You don't think about those things anymore because they've been so ingrained in your brain. There's other habits like getting ready to go to bed, right? Which is very similar. You brush your teeth, you go to the bathroom if you need to, maybe you pray, and then you go to sleep. So there's habits there. There's obviously a ton of different habits that happen throughout your day, um, and you do them subconsciously. There's also habits that you do somewhat consciously that you've built through the years. Maybe you have a specific time that you sit down and read. Maybe you have the same snack every single day or every other day. Maybe you're going to the gym. If you're a gym goer, you'll very likely be able to relate to this, right? When you first started, you had to get yourself up to go to the gym. When you've been going for quite some time, you don't really have any second thoughts about it. You just know it's time to go to the gym. You get ready and go, and your day goes on. So habits are built in reality very easily, right? Through repetition. The problem is that good habits and bad habits are built the exact same way. And the catch is that bad habits are probably a lot easier to create. And the reason for that is in the way that you get a benefit from it. Um, so there's a level of understanding that you need to know in order to choose and be aware of, you know, what effect is this going to have if I do it, right? So, for example, the thing here that I'm talking about is gratification, right? So after you do any sort of thing, you're going to either feel good right away or you're going to feel good in the long term, right? So let's say you are going out and you want to eat, and you obviously want to feel good after you eat, right? Or while you're eating. And this is actually a perfect example of how a habit could begin to essentially materialize itself. So you go and there's a restaurant that offers all sorts of foods. There's hamburgers or salads, whatever the case may be. Somebody that is wanting instant gratification, right, is going to go for the hamburger because it tastes really, really good when you're eating it. After the fact, you don't feel so good. So the instant gratification is going to be you having that burger because you want to really enjoy what you're eating as far as taste goes. The person that is looking at gratification as a longer term thing might go for the salad because while it not might taste as good as the hamburger, they know that after the fact they're going to feel better. And this could even be hours after, right? You have a hamburger, you taste really good. After you feel slumped, you feel tired because of all the insulin that your body had to take in, and now you just feel tired because your body is processing all that. You have a salad, It doesn't taste as good to I would say most people, right? But the thing is, they're going to feel better throughout the entire day and they're not going to feel super tired because they had something that is lighter on the digestive system that doesn't spike insulin as much. Um, so there's that sort of thing, right? It's the same thing with any other thing that you do. And some of those are going to have longer term effects. Of course, having a hamburger and feeling slumped is only the first piece of that, right? If you keep doing that over and over again and making that choice over and over again, it's going to become a habit. But the problem is that there's not just first order consequence, which in this case is going to be essentially how that burger tastes, but there's going to be second, third, fourth, fifth order consequences that are going to take effect over the long term. And that's the exact same thing that's going to happen when you have a salad or you decide to do whatever else that is going to be, quote unquote, the healthier option for you in the long term, right? So if you have a salad or just choose to go for the healthier meal, every time you go out to eat with your friends, your first order consequence, right? The taste of that salad is gonna be okay, but that's gonna start to compound into your health later on, and you're gonna realize, oh, all my friends that decided to go with the hamburger when they're 50 years old, right? Obviously, I'm being a little exaggerated here. There's moderation and things like that that come into play, but when they're 50 years old, maybe they'll have high cholesterol, maybe they'll be overweight, maybe they'll have, hypertension, heart problems. The list goes on and on. So you kind of see the point here. Um, Now, when it comes to building habits, there's something called habit stacking that can help you make these habits a lot easier. Um, Obviously, the healthier ones. If you have bad habits that you're trying to get rid of, there's other techniques and strategies to help you essentially remove those from your daily life. Habit stacking is exactly what it sounds like, right? So like I said at the beginning of the video, there are things that you already do on automatic, right? You go to the bathroom in the morning, you brush your teeth, you shower, you make breakfast, that's your morning routine. Let's say you want to start doing a little bit of yoga in the morning and you think that you don't have the time, whatever excuse may pop up. The easiest way for you to essentially take on that habit is going to be by stacking it with another habit, right? So if your morning looks something like, um, I wake up, I go to the bathroom, I brush my teeth, I go to the gym, I shower, and then you want to start including yoga in that part of the equation, you wouldn't want to do it later on in the day when you get busy. You want to stack it right after an action is done, right? So I think the perfect way to kind of integrate yoga into your life in this case would be you brush your teeth, you shower, you go to the bathroom, you go to the gym, then add the yoga because now you're putting it into that morning routine and that's going to make it easier for you to keep doing it if you just stack it on. And you can do that with many different things. Obviously, it starts to become more difficult when you do it with many things at once, but when you start to implement things like that slowly, they start to build up, and after a certain repetition, after some period of time goes on, you're not even going to think about it. It's just going to be part of your day. That's actually how I got into the habit of reading. I was having, problem finding the time to read and finding, the ability to focus. And I just didn't know where to fit it. And I realized, okay, well, I'm already doing these things in the morning, right? I'm waking up, I'm going to the gym. Right after the gym, I always have a shake, right? Protein shake with a bunch of stuff in it. And then after that, I typically got to work. Now, the best way that I could have done this was I go to the gym, come back home, shower, make smoothie, read while I drink the smoothie, and then I get started on work. And that's been a habit ever since for the past, I don't know, 3 years or so, maybe a little longer. And it's worked really, really well for me. And you can essentially do the same thing in a very easy manner. There's two books that come to mind that talk about habit building in a very scientific manner, not to be confused with just science and making it difficult, but they do a really good job of explaining how you can do these things and also how to start deleting or erasing those bad habits from your life. One of them is going to be Atomic Habits by James Clear. It's an amazing book. Check it out. This guy's incredibly smart. And the other one is The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg. Another great book. James Clear actually quotes him in this book, which is great. I highly recommend both if you're thinking of, if you just want to learn more about habits and how they work and how they're going to help your life. So if you guys have any questions, if you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe. And if you guys have any questions regarding anything that I talk about, make sure to give it just drop it in the comments and let me know what you think. Thanks so much for watching.